Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Last time out we finished the entire machine line and got a bunch of trains running on the lines from all sorts of places. Just trains everywhere. It was an action-packed episode. I say action-packed for trains. I believe in that episode I was trying to make a reference to horsepower or high octane or something like that. Obviously it's not. It's coal, so it's coal power. Certainly not horsepower. In this episode we're going to be doing a ride along on one of the trains. We're going to be taking a train all the way from the machines factory, which is where that train that you can see coming into the station has just arrived from, all the way to Concord. You can also see that the steel mill has just stopped producing steel right now. There is a bunch of steel on the platform that is going to be clearly picked up in a moment or two. But we do have some issues getting, I believe it's iron, to the actual station and over to this mill at the moment. But we are going to be looking at fixing that at some point. Nevertheless, this at least is doing the trick. We should have an iron delivery coming in momentarily. But as I said, we are going to be taking a journey all the way from the machines factory over in the, I suppose, middle right of the screen. You might just be able to see the lights, and we're going to be going all the way to Concord, to the freight station that we've redesigned, and seeing exactly what we can do. Here comes the train. Is it the train I'm after? Does this allow me to go to the intro? Is it? Is it? Is it? It is. That's the train we're going to be taking. Alright, here we go. We have just picked up 48 machines back there, and we're going to be on our journey to wherever we're supposed to be going to. I'm trying to get closer in, but unfortunately it's not. For some reason I can't seem to move down again. What's... there it is. Just trying to work out where we can get a really good view from. It's always a shame when this doesn't work as it should, but we can always say we're going to stick our head out at the window, like so. Or again, we could be on the actual footplate out front for the entire journey. We'll see. But here we go. We are on our way to wherever we're supposed to be going. Concord Food Terminal. That's going to have to change to just Concord Terminal. Complete change of name coming up there. Maybe I'll do that before the end of the episode too. Don't like this clipping. Let's do that. There we go. It's a bit better. Much better. There's our iron being transferred. It's very loud on this train. I'm trying not to actually shout because it's so loud. Obviously double-header trains. We've actually got a lot of trains. We should hopefully see a lot of trains sort of up and down these lines. We've seen one iron ore train. We saw the steel train over to the right hand side through the window. And here comes another train. There we go. That is a coal train. So we seem to be able to deliver lots more coal than we can iron. maybe I need to increase the length of the iron trains to sort of match it. But we'll have to see. There's another one. That might be another iron ore train. Nope, that's another coal train. You see, that's the problem. Nope, that's iron. That's iron. That's good. This is a very, very busy track. Thank you, also say, for ruining the wonderful immersion of the game. Now, it will be nice to be able to do more than 31 miles per hour. That will certainly be nice when that happens. And you can see in the distance, you can see another train. That is the coal train coming this way. Yep, you can definitely see the coal train on its way in. And I can also see another train. That train might actually stop us. That train is going to stop us. Because that's going to Norwalk. And it's right in our path. So for this, we just wait. Where's the signal? The signal's just here somewhere. There it is. And now we stop and wait and sort of clean up our ears. Since obviously everybody's ears are probably hurting after all that noise. But it shouldn't be a long wait. I have placed some signals on the bridge. So within 30 to 45 seconds we should be going again. I can hear another train. Who are you? Oh, it's the other double-header goods train, machines train. Hello. Wonderful. Also, I wonder before this signal is cleared, I do wonder if we're going to be able to see the iron ore train. Nope, we are not. Because you see that bridge there on the left-hand side, where it's got a lot of opening, that's where the iron ore train goes. Goes under that, alongside another road, of course. We are back underway. This is all going to now be an uphill climb going onto the bridge that will be crossing the river. Did we name the river? I don't think we named the river. Perhaps we should name the river. Any names for the river? Leave a comment right now for river names. There's a passenger train right there. Those are going to have to be upgraded. That's for sure. It's actually quite nice to be looking like this. It's a shame that the overlay's at the bottom. If we could hide the overlay, that would have been lovely. So we have the embankment on the left hand side, turning into a bridge that we are going to be going up on, and we're stuck once again behind the other train. Oh, just a short stop. That is a shame, though. And now we go up onto the bridge and join the two passenger railways, of which I think I can hear one train. That's not this train, is it? Maybe that's this train making this noise. I don't think it is. It might be. No, it probably is. I thought there was another train alongside. But if there was, that would have overtaken us already. And here we go, across the river, and you can see Norwalk ahead of us. And of course the very large Norwalk station, which has only 2 platforms but 4 railways, or 4 lines that can go through. There's another passenger train in there, as well as a cargo train. That was the one that we got stuck behind. That's obviously dropped its goods off in Norwalk and is heading back to Baltimore to pick up some more construction materials. Now that is a very busy station that we need to start taking a look at. I think there are possibilities. For example, expanding the platform there could be a possibility. We're not peeling off to the left-hand side here. That's Norwalk's old passenger station, which has now been converted to a freight station. And indeed, it was used the other way. So the passenger station used to go out towards Concord as opposed to connect up to this rail. They're definitely making use of old stations and old locations. We're currently on the passenger railway right now, but we are going to be peeling off to the right at these points right here. And that's going to allow us to line up with and run parallel to the food line. So whilst the line over to the left, the passenger railway, is going to be going underneath the food line, we are going to be running parallel to it and climbing the hills nice and slowly to ensure that we can actually match up to that line. In fact, it looks like you can see one of the trains from the line right there, or you can just see the smoke of the train from that line. So that's clearly working, and we should be able to see the line itself momentarily, and that will bring us to the end of the journey from wherever it was. Where was it? Over there, Reno Machines Plant. That's it. Oh, there's a train going the opposite direction too, over to Concord Food Terminal. So hopefully you've enjoyed the journey, and as soon as the journey's over, I'll start doing a couple of renaming of things and maybe start looking at a couple of other upgrades that we can potentially have. You can see the food line climbs, and we are slightly higher up than it, but the food line is still climbing to come into the station. We are already at the level of the station, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure we are. Yes, the food line's definitely climbing still. And now it's almost level. And now I believe it is level. So yes, that's either that or maybe we were descending. I don't know. I didn't think we were descending. And here we are at our destination. Perfect. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rename this Concord Terminal. That's the first thing. There we go. Concord Terminal. Does that change that? Straight away. Awesome. What are you waiting for? Waiting for free path. Wait, what? Pause. Free path for what? You have a free path. You have a free path. Turn around. No path. Waiting for free path. Oh no! Has that really done what I think it's done? It has. This platform is not long enough for the train. Oh dear. Okay, well let's fix that immediately by, well, we'll leave that playing. Let's go ahead and create the points here instead. Why is construction not possible? There we go. Let's try that. Maybe that will help. Okay, so that's going to do something incredibly interesting, I think. Also, what's going on here? Why are you not making... Are you making... You're making it as fast as you can. But clearly that's not fast enough. I wonder if I could do a line from here, hook onto that, go along here, and then suddenly we've got even more food coming into this farm. That could be interesting. We might need to do that if we can't. If this thing is producing food at its absolute maximum rate, is that as fast as it can do it? Is that really as fast as it can? Because then that is a huge worry. Okay, well that's a problem. That's a massive problem. How do we solve that? Do we go for this farm over here? Make a longer route? There to there to there? That might increase production. I mean, we're still producing, but it's not producing at a... Yeah, we're not producing at a quick enough speed. We just cannot get the food. I mean, we still have food in here waiting. I'm going to leave that as it is for now. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to get rid of this entire loan. We don't need it. There we go. Done. That's much better. We do not need the loan whatsoever. Other things to consider. Just going to have a quick look. I think someone was shocked because I just poked them. We could stick another platform here. Yes, we can stick a platform here and there. That's what allows us to increase the length of our passenger trains, but that also gives us quite a dependency over here where we can put the platforms there. That can increase our passenger trains. That's fine. How are we looking? Let's go all the way. Let's test this. Newport. Which platform is it using? That one. That's going to need a change. We are going to have to change that approach. Okay. The problem is it's only in the certain area that there's a lot. This one, that's fine. this one. Everyone's been picked up. Ah, this one's going to mean some destruction over here. And perhaps over here. Okay. Concord. Yes, we can manage Concord over here, that's fine. Not a problem. Norwalk, we've just worked out that we can do a little bit there. How far we can go is going to be an entirely different matter. I don't think we can get... What's the size of these trains? Size of train, please. 81 meters, so we can go 120. We'll probably be able to go up to 160 meters with the trains, which is the size of these trains, essentially. That's as large as we're going to get on this. In fact, okay, we won't go above 160 full stop. Over here, we can do it. We've got the 120. We might need to rearrange it when we go to 160. Over here, 120, 160 should be possible. And over here, just lots of oh dear. Right, what are we looking at here? We can't put anything anywhere. Well, rubbish. Why? Why can we not do that? I do not know. Wait, hang on a second. This is a 120 meter station anyway. That's definitely a large station. So that doesn't matter. We just need to bring that up to 160. So in that case, is this a large? No, this is an 80 meter station. So we need to increase that. So tell you what, let's do that now. To end the episode, let's increase platform widths for 2 platforms currently, just those 2, and we'll deal with it at a later time. I mean, I know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but at this point, we're going to leave it like so. That actually allows us. Well, no, 167 is still the maximum, but at least we know that we can increase the platforms there. We'll increase the platform in Baltimore to platform, passenger platform there and there. I mean, I know I'm going to do that, that's for sure, but it's the way in which I'm going to do that that is going to change. Over in Norwalk, we might as well do the same thing. We'll configure over here passenger platform there and there, and indeed we can go to a full 160 for this, which is something I might potentially consider doing with this one. It'd be interesting to do a station where you go there and let's do that. That's the maximum size the station's going to be. That looks strange, but interesting. But very, very interesting. We'll do the same for Concord, where we've got a very small station. We'll do that and that. We'll do it for all the stations. There we go. Yes, and we will remove the buildings. That gives us everything we need in Concord. Memphis is the interesting one. Platforms, 3 buildings will be removed, 2 buildings will be removed. Do it. There we go. That will do. Clearwater, we can probably do the same. Platforms. Yep, we'll do it like that. We can easily make that other side soon. And Newport News, I'm going to leave as it is right now. This is already a 120 meter platform, I believe. No, it's not. It's an 80 meter platform. So that is going to need some upgrades, but nothing that we can do just yet. That's going to require perhaps moving this back and then straightening things out a little bit. so on and so forth. Newport News was supposed to be a really big city, and unfortunately it's just not growing. I suppose as soon as we get food and construction materials to it, it is going to grow rapidly, but at the moment there's absolutely nothing happening in Newport News. We do need to work on that. Obviously we need to work on the farm, but in the next episode I think I am going to... Oh, what am I going to do in the next episode? That's something to think about. I'll look at improving this. Let's look at improving the iron. I mean, what's going on here? What's being made? Nope, we're good. We don't need to do that. That probably holds it nicely. That should probably hold that nicely. We're not going to touch that. We are going to have to look at for sure, we're going to have to look at the passenger stations. Actually, I know what I might do. This one here. That to that, over to here. That's something that I'm probably going to do. We've got the cargo station right here. We'll bring it up. What I might do is I might move that line into here and then bring the food straight in to here, directly from there into there. And I guess I could run a passenger line going right up to Laredo 2. And though we're not going to have that active currently until we get Baltimore going towards McAllen and Reno, we would be able to... That's going to be really interesting. Baltimore going up that way, because we could run it along these lines. That's going to be really interesting. Instead of the train going this way, we bring it up and around onto this, going along here and then twisting off in that direction, making this a ridiculously busy bit of track, and then going that way and then connecting up along here to Reno, and then we'll have trains going along here. This is going to be incredibly interesting. So make sure you stay tuned for a lot of things. That's what's coming up next. We've got Miami to Laredo, sorting out the food line. Then we're going to have the passenger line. Then we're going to try and connect Baltimore over to McAllen and Reno, and then Reno up to Huntsville, Springfield, Port St. Lucie, and Santa Ana. I'm going to be doing some sort of work where I'm going to be testing this out, and you'll be able to find that on Patreon. So if you want to support me on there, you'll be able to get some access to the behind the scenes of me trying to plan things, so that the actual episodes aren't just lots of sheer boredom. If you like this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to also follow me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. That's all from me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time in Transport Fever 2.